Good morning, and welcome to NAS Kentucky River Change of Command. On April 1st, 1943, Rear Admiral John S. McCain said during the base's commissioning ceremony, "Our service has commissioned many naval air stations, but never one with the far-reaching importance as Naval Air Station Patuxent River." Traditions and customs have been associated with the military since the Middle Ages. Naval traditions, customs, and ceremonies give an immeasurable value to the individual achievements and honor the patriotic service of those who have made a career of defending our nation. The change of command ceremony you will witness today is a time-honored naval tradition. Custom dictates this ceremony to be formal and impressive. It is designed to strengthen the respect for authority, which is vital to any military organization. The heart of the ceremony is the formal reading of the official orders by the commanding officer. Command passes as the incoming CO says, "I relieve you," and the officer being relieved responds, "I stand relieved." We will also be honoring Captain Derek Kingsley as he retires after 27 years of naval service. Guests, please rise for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the presentation of colors, the playing of our national anthem, and the invocation. Captain, United States Navy, arrival. Naval Air Station Patuxent River, arrival. Naval District, Washington, arriving. Retire the colors.
Forward. March.
Lieutenant Alvarado, Chaplain Corps, United States Navy, will now offer the invocation. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing.
Let us pray. Almighty and loving God, it is fitting as we begin this ceremony, we pause for a few sacred moments to recognize you, the God that has been present for every moment of our lives, the God who gives us courage and confidence to overcome our doubts and fears, the God who knows our life's wounds and comforts our souls, we give you praise. Today we gather to celebrate the work you have done through the life of Captain Kingsley as a commanding officer of this great command. And also we celebrate the 27 years of service to you and our country. I know as he stands here today, his mind is flashing through the memories of the people, places, special moments, and enormous challenges that colored this 27-year-long journey, which he enjoyed every second of it. Captain Kingsley's journey was not traveled alone. His family, friends, and colleagues shared many parts of that journey, and we are grateful for their love and sustainment throughout. I pray that all of us gathered here today will be inspired by his career and achievements to seek to excel in our remaining time in uniform or civilian service, to be examples of integrity and excellence, to also finish the course well as he has done. Now in your goodness, may we celebrate and rejoice alongside the outgoing and incoming CEO, and may we continually pray for them as you have entrusted them with great responsibilities. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Military guests in the audience may remain uncovered until the end of the ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my esteemed pleasure to introduce the host of today's ceremony, Captain Derek Kingsley, Commanding Officer, Naval Air Station, Patuxent River.
I gotta take this all in for a second. Thanks for coming. Sincerely. Good morning on behalf of the men and women of Naval Air Station Patuxent River. Welcome to our 44th Change of Command ceremony. It's great to see so many friends, family, shipmates here today. Considering the weather over the last 24 hours, I think we know who our true fans really are. So for those that got on a flight, made it here safely, thank you for coming. And hopefully your journey back is uneventful. I hear there's snow in the forecast for next week.
Admirals, senior executives, fellow commanding officers and executive officers, Naval District Washington program directors, we appreciate the time you took to come here today and join us for our ceremony. Very special thanks to our local community leadership, St. Mary's County Commissioners, Maryland State Police, Navy League, the Patuxent Partnership, Southern Maryland Navy Alliance, Maryland Military Installation Council, Naval Air Station, the Pax River Naval Air Museum, St. Mary's County Museum, and the Calvert Maritime Museum officials. Thank you for your tremendous support for our military and our families in the region.
A very special thank you to everyone who worked to make this event possible today, and especially thank you to security for the trike with red and blue flashing lights. That's for me. Thank you. In all seriousness, VXS1 for hosting the event, letting us use the hangar today. Navy Band, as always, thank you. Pax River Admin and Ops and our Change of Command team who put all this together, led by Mr. Rick Valentine. Somewhere out there. Thanks, Rick. He's walking diligently. So we have a lot of ground to cover today, and there's several more thanks ahead, so we're going to get the show going.
The presiding officer today is hands down one of the best leaders I've ever worked for, and I'm not saying that because she is my boss for another 10 minutes or 20 minutes. For starters, she's a helicopter pilot, so what else do I have to say? Admiral LaCour's full biography is in your program, but what stands out to me is that she's a passionate and genuine leader. A native of Albany, New York, and alumni of the College of the Holy Cross, she served our nation so proudly for over 30 years with a remarkable career across multiple command tours. While accumulating several awards, she's an extremely humble person and very down to earth. Hardworking and never shy about digging to the bottom of issues, and while striving to move the needle in the right direction. She genuinely cares about her people, her family, and our Navy family. Admiral LaCour enabled me to manage this installation, and as a leader, I sincerely appreciated the autonomy to run the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to the 93rd Commandant of Naval District Washington, Rear Admiral Nancy LaCour.
Thank you, DK. It's always nice to get out of DC and a little bit closer to where all the real work happens here at Pax River. And I'm really happy to see such a great turnout for today, despite yesterday's weather. The diversity and the prominence of today's gathering is really a testament to the relationships that DK forged during his time here, both inside and outside the fence line. And he makes it clear that he lives up to his reputation as a collaborative leader and a true partner. I first want to extend a special welcome to this distinguished guest in attendance, city and community leaders, cooperating organizations, and tenant command leadership. Thank you all for being here today. I warmly extend to you a greeting I learned in Nigeria. Rather than recognizing everyone by name, I humbly offer all protocols acknowledged to each of you. And then to the most important guests here today, the Kingsley and Burfield families and friends, welcome. Brianna, Isabel, and Harrison, you've been through the ups and downs of Navy life in command, and I'm glad you can celebrate with your father today. And to the Burfields, Doug, Katie, Audrey, Lindsay, Courtney, and Benjamin, you're already a part of the Naval District Washington family. We're happy to keep you around for a while longer. Thank you for your contributions over the last year and a half. Buckle up. You're about to embark on a roller coaster. A combination of long, slow climbs to overcome challenges and short bursts of intense excitement as you revel in your team's successes. The next 18 months will have highs and lows and are guaranteed to fly by. Military life is not for the faint of heart. The demands we've placed on our families are significant, and most service members will tell you that they could not do what they do without the unwavering support of their families. I know that I look to my family for a sense of belonging, stability, and grounding. I mean, who hasn't come home from a challenging day at work, a day when you're running at full speed, putting out all sorts of fires and solving big problems, to be quickly brought back down to earth as you walk in the door and hear, "Honey, can you take out the trash?" Or, "Dad, can you help me with my homework?" This is exactly what our Navy leaders need to keep us grounded. Families keep it real, and it's awesome to see such a great family turnout beyond just the immediate families. Thank you all for making the trip from near and far to be here today to help celebrate this special day. I'm also glad to see leaders from many of the tenant commands. Your presence is a testament to the synergy between the installation and your mission. I am glad you were able to make it here on time. I was a little worried. It's a big base, but by now I guess you're used to the slower speed limits and the multitude of speed tables on base. I know some of you are upset about these changes, particularly the installation of the speed bumps, and when I asked Captain Kingsley about it, he replied, "Oh, they'll get over it."
Not true.
DK, I know you're looking to pick up a second career in commercial aviation upon retiring, and I have no doubt you'll be successful in that. But you do have some significant traffic management experience now. So if you ever get tired of flying, we could use you in the DC area. So today we're going to retire Captain Derek Kingsley and recognize his outstanding career of almost 3 decades of distinguished service in the United States Navy. We'll also witness a change of command for Naval Air Station Pax River as we watch one exceptional officer, Captain Kingsley, hand over the reins of authority and responsibility to another exceptional officer, Captain Doug Burfield. At home, I am careful not to play favorites among my 6 kids, and at work, I'm also careful not to play favorites among my 6 installations. But this doesn't mean that one kid or installation might be a little more special than the others. And that's Pax River. A strategic asset, a hub of innovation and excellence, Pax River's contributions are vital to naval aviation, particularly in developing and testing cutting-edge technology and advanced tactical approaches. Leading such a significant installation is a big responsibility, one that DK embraced and executed with a remarkable skill and dedication. DK's time here at PAX caps 27 years of service to our country. His leadership journey, which is detailed in your program, is a narrative of unwavering commitment, strategic foresight, and stellar leadership. Managing everything from housing to childcare, flight operations to fire and security, and so much more, the PAX team under DK's lead has consistently exemplified excellence. I'm sure DK believes his greatest achievement were his team's performance during formal inspections and assessments, and rightly so, as NIS Pax River repeatedly delivered remarkable results. But many would argue your most impactful achievements were the quality of life improvements that you championed. From significant improvements to the gym, many more still to come there, upgrades to fleet and family, to installing new sidewalks and improved lighting to enhance safety for the sailors who live in one of the newest and most modern barracks. These seemingly small improvements add up and positively contribute to the overall experience of our sailors, something we must continue to focus on. Captain Kingsley performed extremely well, commanding one of the Navy's most vital installation. DK sets high standards, and he pushed his team just hard enough. Together, they provided truly exceptional support 24/7 to more than 2,000 military and civilians who work on Pax River and the associated fence lines. But the duties of a commanding officer don't end at the fence line, and DK was also exceptional in building relationships with local and community and state leadership. He expertly managed community outreach in both St. Mary's and Calvert County, and he worked tirelessly to improve the relationship between the military and local governments. He possesses an unequaled ability to articulate the Navy's intent to the right people at the right time, and he was a shining example of NAS Pax River in the U.S. Navy during countless community events held during his tenure. It can be very easy to adopt a rather draconian attitude while in command of an installation, to think and to project that you are the boss of everything and that the tenants of the base are beholden to you. This was not DK. DK was very much a relationship builder and a team player. He was honest in his partnerships, demonstrated integrity in all his actions, and truly put the needs of his mission partners at the forefront. How do I know this? Because I didn't get calls from those mission partners. Well, at least not too many calls. That's a good indication to me that DK was leading with a mission-first mindset. So it's bittersweet for me, and I'm sure for many of you as well, to bid fair winds and following seas to one of our Navy's very best this morning. I've been privileged to serve with DK for over a year and a half now, and in that time, I've come to know him as an exceptional leader who's devoted to his family, a family that genuinely understands what it means to serve our nation. And so to the Kingsley family, I offer my most sincere thanks. You exemplify resilience in facing the challenges of military life. Today is a celebration of your service as well. I could go on and on about DK's accomplishments. There are many, but I'm going to present an award that will highlight several of those. So instead, I'd like to share with you what I believe is the best testimony of his leadership in the words of those he worked with, and I'll keep these anonymous to protect the innocent. DK, you are truly an inspirational leader, and your level of care and thoughtfulness over those you command is remarkable. But please shave your mustache, you're scaring the children, and I think you already took care of that. Skipper Kingsley logged over 20 hours of off-duty detective work to personally expose the elusive Pax River feral cat feeder after evidence of illegal cat food cans was repeatedly discovered near the drill hall. Swiftly bringing the violator to justice, he was overheard boasting that by stopping the food chain there, the larger mammals will not end up on my runway to get bashed by an E6. The offending cat feeder has reportedly since gone into hiding. Skipper was always very detailed in his briefings and remarks. He always made sure everyone in the room knew exactly what they needed to be successful. This skill paid off very well in his tenure as a base CO. However, the one casualty was often the length of his meetings. DK was once heard saying, as someone who suffers from the rare phobia of flat surfaces, homoambulophobia, I'm disappointed there haven't been any new speed bumps added in recent weeks. Driving through the gates is the most enjoyable part of my day because of the raised paint and speed bumps. But on days I have to drive around Cedar Point by the coastline, I get anxious over how flat and smooth the road is. Makes me nauseous. Let's put a speed bump on every road and in every parking lot, so no one must suffer the monotony of flat roads. And finally, Captain Kingsley's a great guy, always a voice of reason, and willing to lend a helping hand. He will be greatly missed. DK, on behalf of the nation and our Navy, thank you for leading the Pax River team to new heights. You've had a tremendous positive impact on so many. Your team here, your fellow commanding officers, my staff. You should feel good about the legacy you leave behind as you close out your service in the Navy. As irreplaceable as Captain Kingsley may be, the Navy found someone just as talented to take his place, Captain Doug Burfield, who will undoubtedly become just as irreplaceable as DK. Doug's an incredibly impressive record of performance that spans from excelling at the tactical level to operating at the highest strategic level within our military. Flanders, I look forward to working with you I'm watching you lead the NAS Pax River team with vision, enthusiasm, and excellence. I'm glad to have Katie and your 4 children in the Naval District Washington team for a bit longer. I am aware that I'm not the leading actor on stage today, and that you didn't come here to listen to me. So let's do what we came here to do, witness a change of command, and recognize DK's exceptional performance.
Rear Admiral LaCour, Commandant, Naval District, Washington, will now present Captain Kingsley's Retirement and End of Tour Award in recognition of his honorable and faithful service to our country. Guests, please rise for the presentation of award. The President of the United States takes pleasure in presenting the Legion of Merit Gold Star in lieu of second award to Captain Derek W. Kingsley, United States Navy, for service as set forth in this following citation. For exceptionally meritorious conduct in the performance of outstanding service as Commanding Officer, Naval Air Station Patuxent River from August 2020 to December 2023. Captain Kingsley's leadership fostered a culture of excellence, improving the safe environment of force protection for 64 partner commands and more than 24,000 personnel across 3 fence lines. With a keen focus on protecting naval aviation's strategic and test assets, he championed initiatives such as the development of a $65 million project to provide enhanced security around the airfield facilities, an increase in the installation's required operational capability for protection, and the establishment of a military working dog kennel, laying the critical groundwork for a more secure and readily posture for the installation in future years. Captain Kingsley personally led the planning efforts for the installation's first emergency resilience readiness exercise, spurring improvements to the resiliency of critical mission systems. Furthermore, due to his stalwart leadership, the command was awarded 2 consecutive Naval District Washington Installation Excellence Awards. Captain Kingsley's superior performance of duties culminated with 27 years of honorable and dedicated military service. Captain Kingsley's dynamic direction, keen judgment, and loyal dedication to duty reflected great credit on him and were in keeping with the highest traditions of the United States Naval Service. For the President, A.S. Hepta, Director, Navy Staff. Guests, please be seated.
I'm back. The word on my chest is a testament of all the men and women here that work at Pax River, and I'm just standing here to receive it, but thank you for all your hard work and dedication to this team, because I alone don't make it happen. You guys do all the hard work, so thank you. In a few moments, I will read my orders closing out the final chapter of my naval career. This last tour has been truly challenging, never dull, and always rewarding. Over this tour, I asked you to focus on safety and security, and I challenged you daily, and you continuously answered the call. Over the past 3.5 years, our team has made significant improvements across all departments. Despite fiscal realities, gapped billets, and manning shortages, this team flawlessly vetted a daily average of 14,500 cars through our entry control points, controlled nearly 235,000 flight sorties, and safely moved over 18 million gallons of fuel. Better yet, this team earned the Naval District Washington Installation Excellence Award for a couple consecutive years. I thought we had 3, but I say 3. Yeah. Achieved over 3,700 designations, 132 advancements, 342 combined military, monetary, civilian cash awards. So, that was yesterday. Don't stop challenging yourselves, don't stop solving problems, don't stop finding new ways to make our base better. Ownership at all levels, you have the power to make it happen. CMC, Ryan and Danae, thank you for your leadership and your passion for our sailors. Z and Erica, welcome to the team. Although you're not a helicopter guy, you're a cat guy like me and Doug, so I know you're gonna fit right in. Doug, thank you for being a great XO. My sounding board. I didn't think I'd start crying here. I'm gonna have to take a pause. Trusted confidant who took care of about anything and everything. I don't take it lightly that you even took care of my cat when I had to go fly. True story. I leave knowing PAX is in capable hands and that your leadership and your moral compass will continue to direct this team to higher heights. Keeping with the honorary tradition, here's the trusted CEO's pen. It feels like a lead weight.
It's like the burden of command, dog. Enjoy using it in our seemingly never paperless Navy. Katie, Audrey, Lindsay, Courtney, Ben. I know Katie's not here. Please, or one is not. Thank you for your sacrifices and for sharing your dad. And to the entire Burfield family, thank you. Lastly, as my final act as CEO, there's a few people that I'd like to recognize for their contributions to this installation. Ms. Pablette, come forward. Lieutenant Cassay and AC-1 Coleman.
The Secretary of the Navy has awarded the Civilian Service Achievement Medal to Rebecca G. Pablette for the superior performance of her duties while serving as Command Executive Assistant, providing extraordinary administrative support to the command and its 64 tenants. Also awarded the Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal Gold Star in lieu of second award to Lieutenant Quinn Casey for superior performance of his duties as a command legal advisor on board Naval Air Station Patuxent River, consistently providing exceptional legal advice to the command triad. And Naval Marine Corps Achievement Medal Gold Star in lieu of fourth award to Air Traffic Controller First Class Corey Coleman for the superior performance of his duties as Radar Branch Chief on board Naval Air Station Patuxent River. Guests, please rise and join me in a round of applause for these awardees.
Rebecca, I know you're crying, but I have to add that you show no mercy. I came here with dark hair, and I didn't need glasses, but that all changed.
Thanks, everyone. It's been the honor of a lifetime to serve along each member of this team. And Doug, I'm ready to pass the controls. I will now read my orders. Buper's orders 963654. When directed by reporting senior, detach from Naval Air Station Patuxent River as commanding officer and proceed to homeless selection.
I'll now read my orders. Buper's order 980822 when directed by reporting senior. Report to commanding officer, Naval Air Station Patuxent River as his relief.
Captain Burfield's wife, Catherine, and children will now pin the Command Ashore insignia on his uniform. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause as we welcome back to the stage United States Navy Captain and your new Patuxent River Commanding Officer, Captain Douglas Burfield!
Thanks, KP. I knew we picked the right guy for that job. Admirals and distinguished guests, family and friends, I'm sincerely grateful today for your attendance here. First and foremost, I thank God for this opportunity and this ceremony to bring everybody together. What a great opportunity to build some camaraderie. with each other. We are truly blessed to live in the United States, to be working for the Navy and work at NAS Pax River. I offer my sincere thanks to those who planned and arranged this ceremony. A lot goes into this. It's truly been a team effort, led by Rick Valentine and Lieutenant Quinn Cassay. Special thanks to VXS1, for providing this hangar to us. Spicy and team, I really appreciate it. VXS1 has been outstanding with helping make all this happen. From our MC to the color guard, the Navy band, to the boss contractor, the EMI on the sound and setting up the stage, the static displays. We've got the VXS1 aircraft here, and then we've got the helicopters in the back from HX-21 and from SAR. We've got the Navy Security Forces police vehicle with our K9 and MA1 Detreville standing beside it. And we've got our fire emergency response, Chief Montgomery and your team here. We've got a port ops boat in the back. Outstanding representation of some of the things we do here at Pax River. And chaps, thanks for the benediction. See, I also did the VXS1 thing, it's all right. Emma LaCour, thank you for presiding today for the opportunity and the opportunity to lead Pax in DK's succession. I'm excited to lead the Pax team to contribute to NDW's mission. I appreciate your mentorship and guidance and for believing and trusting in us. Skipper, DK, thank you for your steady leadership presence and firm conviction throughout your entire tour here at Pax. Your bold initiative for events like the Black Start exercise, for example, set goals for us to achieve. You strived for continuous improvements to safety, security, and morale. You've remained focused on the importance of our people to make these missions happen. It's no accident that this base has won the Installation Excellence Award 3 years running. It's been great working with you, and we're going to miss you. You reminded us not to settle for the status quo, and always look for ways to make things better. You taught us how to enhance our teamwork and our communication in order to do this. I appreciate your friendship and your leadership example you provided to me, and I wish you and your family all the best. Please don't be a stranger. I need to thank my wife, Katie, for everything she does, which is a lot more than I can ever list or talk about or give her credit for. She's my best friend and the main supporter of me continuing to serve in the Navy through all these many duty stations. To the military husbands in the audience, be sure you always remember when Military Spouse Appreciation Day is. It's kind of a trick question. It's every day. And wives too. All right, Audrey, Lindsay, Courtney is sick. Linz, Ben, you're great kids. Thanks for being here. You go along with everything, and you're just great kids. My parents are here from Pennsylvania. They support everything that we do in our entire lives, and they continue to do that. Always present. Thank you for traveling here. My in-laws, Katie's parents, Jim and Kathy, are here as well from Wisconsin. And it's truly make this special, and we're so glad. We couldn't imagine doing it without you either. You support us in everything. To my wife's cousin Carrie and her husband Brett, Lieutenant Colonel, traveling here from DC. We've been through this military lifestyle for decades now together. Thanks for coming down. It's great to have you. I'll touch on my childhood friend John Murdich and his wife here. John, thanks for making the trip all the way from Huntingtown. But yeah, I got to reunite with you after a couple decades away. Thanks. It means a lot. Our new family friends, a lot of them in the front row here. We've got the Parletts, the Drurys, the Irvins, the Rosignolls, Maldonados, the Haleys. You've made us feel welcome in this town, and thank you. It really makes a big difference. I haven't seen John Higdon yet. I think he's here today, but I've seen Helen Emery in the back, even Chief Nelson, Kaio now. Welcome back to PAX. All the contributions and things we're talking about here, a lot due to you. Thanks for coming. Former PAX CEO sitting over here. I can see Captains Fleming and Cox. Try to live up to your legacy. Thanks for paving the way. The Knights of Columbus represented here today from our council, Amatom Seski, and my wife Elizabeth, thank you for being here, sir. We've got Gordy as well, and Barbara, I think you're on the side, but thank you for being here as well. If I were to do a night dipper count, Meat Keys, got Nose, Malvasio, I think we're up near 10, Skipper behind me, HS5 into HSC5, it's a proud tradition here today. Would have had Captain Steve Schreiber, and we're going to continue to pray for him as well for his recovery. We continue to keep the family of fallen firefighter Bryce Tross back in our hearts and prayers as well, and our fire team for being here. Welcome our new XO, Mark Z, and Erica as well. You're already a great addition to the team, and you're going to fit right in, and you're already off and running. So thank you. CMC, I'm continue our triad work together. Ryan and Danae do a great job. Danae was already saving me today with trying to get some of the dirt off of my cover. Well, thank you, Danae. The ENCO directors here for PAX, Marcus, Jeff, just to name a couple, Eric Etzel, as he gets set to retire after his second career. You make the show happen around here. Continue to take that initiative and elevate barriers to the triad level, but you run the show. Our mission partners, Tenant Command leaders here, I've seen several. I'm looking forward to working with you, continue the teamwork, and taking on challenges together. Other base skippers, Donnie in the region, Mark, I appreciate you making the trip. I look forward to working with each one of you, sharing ideas and the camaraderie with each other. There's Alan as well. See Alan. To the PAX professionals, the folks in the back of the room, I offer my heartfelt gratitude and thanks for all you've done already. My time here, about a year and a half, almost 2 years, as XO. Our mission continues. It's to provide the finest support to our mission partners across 3 bases. Our goal is to be the finest base in the Navy, to provide a safe and secure environment from which to launch operational capabilities, as well as invest in vital research, development, test, and evaluation for the future of naval aviation. It's our teamwork, along with our professionalism and our enthusiasm, that will set us apart as the premier naval installation. We have to be trained to handle daily operations, ready to respond to a crisis, and disciplined to plan for the future. We can run or even sprint all by ourselves for a short time, but that's not enough. To go faster and farther, to do it better, it takes a team. To do this, we'll need to take ownership of everything within our realms. With ownership, there's no room to place blame or for excuses. We'll acknowledge our shortcomings, strive to do better, and view any setbacks along the way as opportunities for growth. We must be resolute in our actions and accept responsibility and accountability. When we're not fully resourced, we'll keep advocating to make our mission better. We'll work hard, we'll train hard, but only as hard as we have to. We'll also take time off for our own resiliency, to be with our families and friends. We'll practice gratitude each day for the opportunity to serve, thinking not because we have to, but because we get to. I am honored to be your commanding officer. I'll do my best to be a good leader and inspire others to do the same. I look forward to the challenges we'll take on together and succeed as a team. May God bless Pax River, our Navy, and our nation. Thank you for listening.
Captain Burfield will now present the Certificate of Retirement from the Armed Forces to Captain Kingsley. Certificate of Retirement from the Armed Forces of the United States of America. To all who see these presents, greeting. This is to certify that Captain Derek W. Kingsley, having served faithfully and honorably, is retired from the United States Navy on the first day of April 2024. Signed, Vice Admiral Cheeseman, Commander, Naval Personnel Command.
There it is.
Round of applause.
I'm back. It's like Chubbawamba, right? I'm down, but I didn't get knocked down. So, hello again. Let's get something out of the way. I want to take a selfie. All right, everybody in the picture.
So in my remarks, I said there's a high probability of me crying. I got a box of tissues under here, but I think I'm doing all right. I think Rebecca's having a harder time than I am, so we'll just keep it at that. Leading up to this day, I thought about
Guest speaker. A few options came to mind. I've been blessed with great co-workers and leaders throughout my time in the Navy, across many squadrons, ships, and shore command, and even the Pentagon. My former junior work associate, Captain Braylon Cathy, Captain, as of like this week maybe, worked alongside me in the mines of the Pentagon. He also selected for Major Command at Sea, so congrats, Braylon. Very proud of you. My former boss during my formative years at the Pentagon, Captain Paul Lyons, I think he's here. I don't know where you're at. He's in the back. You shaved. I did too, surprise. Paul, you taught me a lot in a short time together at the institution. I appreciate it. When I came back to the whole career, I think it was only fitting to have my mentor, my leadership sounding board, and more importantly, my lifelong friend, Commodore Steve Schreiber, speak today. But unfortunately, Steve injured himself last Friday, could not be here with us. Hopefully he's watching and in better health. And Steve and Lauren, we're sorry you couldn't be here. We're praying for your recovery. Thankfully, very close friend and Night Dipper, a wonderful friend, mentor and leader, also a very close friend of Steve's, and who was my executive officer and commanding officer when I left HS5 back in the day. It's here to save the day. Captain retired Bill Gilligan, call sign Little Buddy, hails from New York, where he attended New York State Maritime College, earning a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering, earned a master's degree at the University of Tennessee in aviation systems. He served the Navy for 28 years as a helicopter pilot flying the H-3 and the H-60, with notable tours as a test pilot, executive officer, commanding officer, numerous staff and engineering positions at the base here at Naval Air Systems Command. He transitioned to civil service in 2012 with assignments in PMA 299, which is the H-60 multi-mission helicopter, PMA 268, working with the MQ-25 UAV, and PMA 275 with the V-22s. Focusing on avionics and mission system development. He's currently assigned as the H-60 Program Office Lead Engineer for Digital Interoperability and Mission Systems. During his time at HS5, Bill took a ragtag group of junior officers, affectionately known as the Magnificent Nine, and helped teach us the H-60 Foxtrot and Hotel, molding us into better pilots and officers. We learned how to do one-wheel pinnacle landings, confined area landings for that matter, on top of locations I will not name, to protect the innocent. He also taught us how to do 45-degree angle approaches to the aircraft carrier at night on night vision goggles at a time when that was not the norm. But now it's the standard. He was the calm and smooth professional who made it look easy and inspired us to do better, be better leaders and people. So ladies and gentlemen, our guest speaker today, Captain Bill Gilligan.
Good morning, admirals, captains, senior executives, distinguished guests, family, and friends. Welcome to Captain Derek Kingsley's retirement ceremony. My dear friend Captain Steve Schreiber could not be here today as a result of a nasty hand injury, so I'm here to pinch it for him and deliver his planned speech. Derek, Admiral LaCour, it's an honor to be here with you all and to speak at this very special occasion. I'd like to begin by welcoming Captain Kingsley's family, especially his children.
Bree and her husband Freddie, who are high school sweethearts, with their beautiful children Hadley and Maddox. It's great to see you both. You've become terrific adults and parents, and you should be proud of that. Seth and his wife Shannon and their daughter Alex couldn't be here today, but they'll be watching on FaceTime. Seth, my best to you and your beautiful family. Welcome as well to Isabel. Harrison, it's been great hearing your dad brag about your sports and Boy Scout exploits as you continue to mature. For each of you, your untiring support of your dad throughout his long naval career has been vital to both his success and to that of the United States Navy, and thank you for that. I have a few more family members to welcome, and then we'll get down to sending this outstanding officer and leader off on a new and exciting journey. Derek's sister, Dollar, his favorite sister. Nieces, Bobby, Mallory, and Danica, and his special friend, Allison. And last but not least, here with us, Commander K.P. Pitters, the voice, the master of ceremonies. I see a game show in your future, huh? Thank you for coming to be with us on this very special day. To the Naval Air Station Patuxent River Band, bosun, bell ringer, thanks for your great professionalism in honoring us at this ceremony. And to Pax River sailors, thanks for setting up this truly beautiful backdrop for Captain Kingsley's retirement. To the ceremonial color guard, you did us all proud. Very well done. Although this is a very special day for Derek and a time for celebration, a number of us, including me, are having mixed emotions. It's a bittersweet time since a true Navy professional and friend will be leaving the Navy. Derek has devoted the majority of his life to serving this great nation and our Navy. He received his commission a little over 27 years ago at the Naval Academy in May 1996. Getting through his plebe summer, he grew up real fast back in 1992. He was selected to become a naval aviator and owned his wings of gold as a Navy helicopter pilot in 1998. He then joined his first operational squadron, flying H-60s and HS-5, now HSC-5, the world-famous Night Dippers. I know Derek agrees with me that the H-60 is a magnificent aircraft and flying helicopters was a dream come true. There is no substitute. He completed 2 full deployments with HS-5, including and during and after 9/11. I was like a proud parent to watch firsthand Derek and our incredible group of young junior officers grow into great pilots and then great leaders.
Many have become commanding officers. Wow, what an accomplishment. As a naval aviator, he had numerous successful operational and instructor pilot tours in the 60 Foxtrot, HH-60H, and MH-60 Sierra. His exemplary performance, both as a pilot and leader, resulted in his selection for Aviation Operational Command at Sea of Helicopter Sea Combat Squadron 8, the 8-Ballers. Of course, his great leadership was then rewarded with the dreaded 5-sided puzzle palace, the Pentagon Tour. Never a dull moment, and who needs sleep anyway, right? However, he was then rewarded with the opportunity to command this great base. Derek met some great shipmates and forged strong friendships throughout his naval journey, from the Naval Academy to the squadrons, the ships, and ashore. So many personalities and stories, I'm sure. Throughout this adventure, his family's love and support, the camaraderie and dedication of the teams he's been part of were all keys to his many successes. We as commanders and leaders were and are entrusted to take care of the hundreds of millions of dollars in state-of-the-art aircraft and equipment, but more importantly, to lead, guide, train, and nurture our most valuable resource, our sailors. I was lucky I got to see Derek and our sailors' unmatched dedication and professionalism on a daily basis. There are none better, and they represent the finest America can offer and are truly awe-inspiring. Derek, your individual efforts have positively impacted combat readiness and the capabilities of the United States Navy. You made a difference every day, 24/7. After more than 27 years of faithful and dedicated service to his country, Derek will say goodbye to a career he truly enjoyed and will begin a new journey with those he loves and supported him throughout his naval career. Derek, your exemplary service has been a constant for our Navy and the nation. Much has changed in the world during your military service, but your leadership, insight have provided invaluable stability and expertise to the Navy and its leadership. Today, the Navy's mission has just become a little more difficult because of your departure. I'm proud to be able to represent the men and women, military and civilian, of our great Navy team to thank Derek for his countless accomplishments and efforts over a stellar career. Well, it appears my time is up.
And Derek, so is yours. I'd like to wish you and your family all the very best on behalf of all of us here and throughout the Navy. You'll be deeply missed. Enjoy this new and exciting journey you're about to start. And remember, your Navy family is always there for you. We know your retirement will be exciting because you have the essential ingredients much to live for, and a great family to share it with.
I want to congratulate you for your distinguished service and devotion to this great nation over the past 27 years. Your Navy family will miss you. Know that your great legacy of pride and professionalism will continue in the sailors your leadership has touched throughout the years. Good luck, and we wish you fair winds in following seas, shipmate. You made a difference each and every day. As a reminder, U.S. Naval Forces are our nation's 911 service, and the long-distance service is naval aviation, and more often than not, naval helicopters, guarding the shores of our nation, providing humanitarian assistance, disaster relief, and keeping the sea lanes of the world free, open, and efficient are the things that must be done every hour of every day. God bless our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, Coast Guardmen, government personnel, and civilians in harm's way, as well as their families, and may God bless this great nation. Thank you.
Yeah, another time. Here I am. How we doing? All right, I got a thumbs up. So there's a lot of emotions running through my head right now, as I'm sure you could imagine. Those who have served and retired again maybe in some cases. But the last few weeks have really accelerated. If I could capture the feelings, like the days, the hours as it just came down, it's like leaping off the 10-meter platform at the Naval Academy. Maybe in the dark with the lights out or a blindfold on, and or driving a car without brakes. And I've never felt so more unprepared to leap into the real world. Well, on the bright side, I have a place to live, still working on the next job, but with 27 plus years of service, you can only imagine it's a little different, a little change. But I have a lot of stories, and probably too many stories, and I would keep you here for hours with a novel. And I'm going to cover some of the highlights that stood out to me. And I think it's important because I'm not here because of what I did. I'm here because of what those around me did, and it's truly an honor. So a lot of memories, some good, some others, but a lot of people to recognize and thank. So let me start with every invitation that was sent out for this event. Every person invited here today has helped me in some way along the journey, and thank you for coming. It truly means a lot. This is the biggest gift that I could ever get, is just seeing you guys here. So thank you. Navy Band, again, we moved the date to make sure we had a band, because you know what they say about change of command ceremonies without a band, they're not good. But thank you for supporting. You guys were amazing. Skipper Roberts and XO Levine, again, you guys rock. Thanks for the spaces. Color Guard, flag detail, your professionalism is second to none. To the PAX family, thank you for putting all this together. Team admin, Professor Harvell, Rick, KP, Potty, Quinn, Wendy, Toby, Pat, Chief Gordon, we'll call you today, and Chaps. You're truly capable wedding planners now. County and community leaders, St. Mary's County Commissioners, Commissioner President Randy Guy, Commissioners Eric Colvin, Scott Ostro, thank you for your unbounded support for the team. And I've enjoyed working with you, and appreciate your advocacy for the Naval Air Station. Admiral Corley, thank you again for your leadership of Naval District Washington and for your enduring support of those under your charge. Vice Admiral Chevy, Maggie, Mrs. Chevy, thank you for your leadership and your insights in all those conversations we had. I know I made your tour here a little more memorable with some changes that might define my time here for years to come. Changes that inspired Etsy t-shirts and put Pax River on the entire nation's map. There's still work ahead to improve the security for our entry control points and our airfield and the workforce that supports naval aviation and the enterprise. Your advocacy at NavAir for the airfield enclave is needed at the highest levels to minimize the risk and safety and security for our teams. So, also thank you for letting us fly over your house. I think every SAR pilot here will appreciate that.
Like, can we really do that? I'm like, yeah, he said he could. Let's do it. So, Admiral and Mrs. Tomazeski, holy smokes. Night Dipper, Carrier Commanding Officer, and my former Strike Group Commander. It's been a while since I've seen you, sir. It's a pleasure that our circles have crossed paths again. What an honor to serve with you, and happy that you're here today. Nice to see you, Admiral. Steve and Lauren, again, sending thoughts and prayers your way. I want you to know how thankful I am for your enduring friendship. And for a much younger Lieutenant Kingsley, Steve, you believed in me even when I didn't believe in myself. You took the time to encourage me, coach me, and eventually test me right out here in the grass landing area at Pax River in 2001. I've appreciated your advice and guidance and helped keep me grounded, help my priorities be focused, and the journey has been an inspiration for those that served with you. I assume that Lauren is going to place you on house arrest and lockdown if she hasn't already done so. Billy, I sincerely appreciate you taking the time not only to be the speaker today, but to fill in on such short notice. Truly remarkable. I've appreciated your mentorship through the years, as well as your expert plumbing skills when we fixed Steve and Lauren's toilet that one time. But I will always remember the 2002 deployment and the day that you made us, all the JOs, scrub the flight deck of the John F. Kennedy because you thought we stole your daily planner. I think Tommy Boy can attest to this as well, and we will swear to this day it was the Chief Selects. What I will come clean about is getting a key to your stateroom and leaving a freshly cooked plate of fish on your desk in retaliation. I hope we can still be friends. Billy doesn't like fish. Side boys, I appreciate you being here to celebrate this day with me. Each of you played a part in the last 27 years of my service, and it's been great to do it with you. Commodore Keys, I appreciate your friendship and mentorship since our years, since HS-10. And we're one hell of a karaoke combo too, I might add. I will not start singing now. I look forward to seeing you in the skies again. Rick Ursery, Captain, thank you for traveling up here for this event. You probably came the farthest. You're now the last of our company on active duty, and I'll be bold and say Admiral Ursery sounds pretty good. Thank you. Tommy Boy, Nose, Justin, so proud of you guys and all that you've accomplished. And Commander Mike Lindsay, holy smokes. I remember Lieutenant Lindsay. It's only been a few years, but thanks for being here today as a safety net to fill in if somebody didn't make it. You're top notch. A steady and even-keeled professional, and while I feel a lot older seeing you with Commander Stripes on, it's good to see how far you've come since our days at HSC 8. Last but not least, my favorite junior work associate at Braylon, Captain Kathy. Captain Kathy. We laughed and we cried, mostly cried together in the Pentagon. The great class of 1996 in force today. Thank you. Company mates, Frenchie, Ski, Hung, Chad, couldn't make it. Maggie, Rick, Sean, Mike. Classmates Graham, Nick, Nikki, Wes. It's been a while since we raised our right hands and swore an oath in 1992. Thankful for your friendship and camaraderie along the way. And Nikki, thank you for the shark. It's been a long journey since our time at 2659 Carrollton Road, and we talked about some other stuff last night. We won't get into detail. Senior Callahan, I don't know if Kathy's out here. Thank you for coming. Your mentorship on the pistol team back in the day was immensely valuable, and I appreciate that you can make it here. Now for the flowers. I've located the Andersons. They're right here. Not in their assigned seats, but that's okay. I bet Craig led you to that path. Yeah, it's okay. I'll blame Craig. Craig and Melissa, my sponsor family from Annapolis. Thank you for sharing your home and that sweet
1980 Cutlass Supreme. But most of all, your love. Craig, you definitely married up. Like no joke. And no, those
flowers are not for you. The 17-year-old homesick boy in 1992 really needed your family and your support.
Roy and Phyllis helped me navigate a new life in many ways during that first year. And you and Craig, Melissa and Craig were here for that time since. I'm forever thankful. One of my fondest memories is July 10th, 1998. And that's the day I got winged. Not because I earned those wings, but because of your overwatch and kindest offers of ice water at that Denny's parking lot off of I-10 in Pensacola, into the long hours of the next morning probably, when I became friends with a giant oak tree. I couldn't eat, couldn't drink, and I just needed a little time after too many diesel fuels at Flounders.
Squadron mates, OpNav 512 comrades. Opie, Kenny, Jack, Javo, Josh, Shoop, Ryan, Trevor, Sean, John, Gretchen, Larry, Mike, Keebs, Paul, Jeff, Kid, Mike, and Aaron. And if I missed anyone, I apologize, because there's a lot of faces here today. You've all played a unique part in my story, and from the harebrained ideas of performing some Johnny Cash songs at the USA stage out in Dubai, to countless playing guard hours to no end.
I'm honored to call you friends, and it's been an incredible feeling to have your complete trust and your confidence. Each new duty assignment became a new opportunity and new challenges, especially at the Pentagon. Paul and Jeff, thank you so much for helping me learn the staff duty routine in DC. I remember wondering what in the hell I had done going to the Pentagon. I'm sure most of the people there think the same thing. But Braylon and John, thank you for helping me keep my sanity and many laughs through it all. The laughs, yes, the rips and the tears. I'm sorry, that was tears, not tears. My Pax River family and our top-notch sailors and staff and codes, Marcus, Rick, Eric, Jeff, Sandra Nell, Dawn, Kim, Joe, Alex, Whit, Steve, Mike, Paul, Cliff, the whole team, and our former staff, Helen, John Higdon, Shannon, Jason, and Jeff, if you're out there. Thank you for your time here. Thanks for making a difference. I will truly miss working with you all. You guys made it happen. Our Ombudsman, Brooke. Flowers, please. Thank you for taking care of our families, all behind the scenes. You make it look easy.
And speaking of taking care of families, a special shout out to our Child and Youth Program and our Fleet and Family Support Center teams in presence today.
Led by Jamie and Michelle. And our honorary friend of Pax River, Mr. Greg Bruce. Thanks for coming today. Thank you for what you do for our sailors. Former COs, Chevy, Heidi, Chris, those watching, those I might have missed out there, myself, I guess. Thanks for your leadership and stewardship of the base, our base. This team continues to build upon your accomplishments. Leadership Southern Maryland classmates, Heather and Jenny. I see Heather, I don't know if Jenny made it. There she is, hi. If anyone else is out there, thanks for your friendship and your smiles as always. Regent staff, Jeff, Rob, John, Yvette, Strunk. The team is always there for us, and appreciate you guys so much. My Illinois friends from Granite City, give it up. Lifelong brothers from another mother, Paul and Charlie, and Paul's much better half, Sarah. I'm so happy that you guys could make it here today, and the stories we could go into, but some things are better left kept in the vault. We were playing Army in the fields of Illinois, shooting fireworks at each other, thinking it was cool to stay up all night and stand watch for no reason, because we thought that's what we needed to do. Again, there could be mutually assured destruction here if we went down memory lane too much, so we'll just stop. Mike Pasco and Dan, if you're watching, the twins, appreciated your friendship throughout the years. Back in high school, you have no idea how this guy looked up to you. Your example, loved your humor, and simply enjoyed every minute we had. Mike, thanks for coming. You now have bragging rights. Speaking of high school, Steve and Janice, you guys rock. Thank you for the gift of your friendship and mentorship since 1990-something. And yes, it's been that long. Steve, your advice about taking risks and constantly growing has been invaluable and a source of inspiration and strength to me, so thank you. Monty, you're looking good, kid. You're looking all right. Not as good as this, but it's okay. It's all right. thanks for being here today. You've been a source of inspiration, and I look forward to getting back home sometime soon and having a cup of coffee in the veterans crowd. My Virginia family, Mike and Jules, where would I be without you guys? When the walls came closing in and the chaos ensued, you guys were there for me, and I can't thank you enough. I look forward to beating you at more games of Clue in the future. Will, Eileen, Dave, Donna, I don't think Eileen made it, but thank you for your friendship, your examples as scout leaders. I look forward to more time together. Gus, Maria, Kim, Kara, Cindy, Donna, I appreciate your enduring friendships. Thanks for making the trek for this, and for Cindy and Donna. We're complete strangers jet-setting to London and Paris. Who would have known we'd have so much fun and that we'd form bonds on that trip and make lifelong friends. So thanks for coming. And special friend Allison, I didn't know you were in the crowd today, but thanks for being here. I want to say thanks for helping me grow over the last 4 years, and I'm a better man today than I was when we met. Thank you. And the flowers for the family. While both my mom and dad have passed on, we carry their legacy in our hearts and minds. And it was an odd coincidence, maybe it was not a coincidence, but my phone this morning shared a memory of my mother, one of the last pictures I took of her in 2017, so she's here today in spirit. I know my dad is too. But how blessed were we to have parents who provided us with unconditional love and support for everything that we wanted to do. I'm here today thanks to the gift of their life. Darla, you've been my #1 supporter and the best favorite sister I could ever ask for. And the favorite sister is a joke because she's my only sister, if you guys haven't figured that out yet. But seriously, the 8-year-old me who cannot imagine or dream I would ever say that, but the older me realizes it. And I'm thankful you're here. I love you too. You've always been here for me, so thank you so much for the laughs, the hugs, and tolerating me when I was younger. You've been here for every step of the journey. I appreciate the strong presence from all my nieces. Bobby, sorry you couldn't make it. Mallory, Danica, Michaela. Yes, Mallory is related to me. Whoever stopped her at the gate yesterday, she's my niece. Sorry. It's great that you're showing your brother and your dad how to represent. I'm sure Billy's watching online, but I love you guys. And while I've enjoyed my career, I've also missed out on a lot of stuff with you guys. And to at least 2 of you, I'm Uncle Derek, Grandma Shirley's demon seed. And to a few of you, I'm the uncle in the Navy that comes home once a year. Whichever one you like best, I hope to reintegrate into the family at some point. But I'm so proud of the wonderful adults you've become, and I love you. Thank you. Cousins Gloria, Tracy, and Lori, thank you for making the journey and for your love and support. And Gloria, this is the 3rd time in a year that we've had the chance to see each other. You were there from day 1 of the journey in Annapolis as well, so thank you for your love and support. My kids and grandkids, my world and reason for staying in the service. I'm so proud to be your dad, and I love you all so much. I appreciate you allowing me to follow my dreams and serve our country. I don't know when you grew up so fast, and now the secret's out that I have grandkids, but Hadley, you got anything to say? You want to come up and talk? Maddox, you want the mic? No, that's a hard no. He does? I don't think so. I'm glad you guys could make it. Thank you for enduring the separation across so many days when I couldn't be there for you. We needed each other and we couldn't talk, but you guys stuck together. And sometimes you fought. Just a little bit. Bree, I can still see the tears in your eyes in the moment I hit home that I was headed off on my first appointment. It's been a while. Freddie, you're an amazing son-in-law, and I'm glad you passed the test. There was a test. Well, yeah. I could go into more stories. Watching from afar, Seth and his wife Shannon, and celebrating her first birthday today. It's my granddaughter Alex. Happy birthday, Alex. I love you guys. I'm sorry you couldn't be here. Isabel and Harry, Belle, Izzy, whatever we're going to call you today. Leaving you around the age of 2 was harder on me than it probably was for you. And my surprise baby, Harry, Well, you were there for a couple of deployments too, but you doubt you remember most of it, and that's okay. But I look forward to moving closer to you guys and enjoying some time together. It doesn't involve a 2 to 3 hour trip. The time goes too fast, and I hope we make more great memories together. So with nearly 28 years of memories and stories, I started writing everything down, and I'm not going to go into all of it, but a lot of stuff has evolved across the Navy. Women serving in combat roles, cell phones replacing payphones, computers, nanotechnology, unmanned aircraft, new weaponry, digital charts, paper paychecks, carbon copies to today's paperless Navy. And yes, it's still there. Things I'm most proud of, our Navy's hardworking sailors and their families, the human element that will make a difference in any conflict. The fun stuff like giving out awards and watching you sailors advance, it's priceless. Being in great squadrons, great units, battle efficiency and unit awards, installation excellence awards, having command twice, very fortunate, and things I'll never forget were the Patriots I served with. You guys can look left and look right. I think that's you. Making it to the Naval Academy after taking the ACT test 4 times to get the right score.
Wanha smack trucks. My first solo in flight school. First learning to hover on that aircraft right there. Raking sand with my fingers and assuming the position. And for those of you who know what that means, you know what it means. Flying the H-60 today like an extension of my body. Stepping off a Liberty launch for the first port call in the year 2000. Watching 9/11 unfold and leaving later that day not knowing if I was going back after a short workup or a long deployment. Leaving my kids on the first deployment. Running through the streets of Mumbai, India like the Beatles on a hard day's night. Literally. Watching the sunrise at the end of a plane guard line, and yes, that's the end of a plane guard line. Observing a galaxy of stars on top of the Boxer in the middle of nowhere over the open ocean. Sleeping on a hotel floor in Marseille, France after the Liberty boats were canceled. Jump scaring my roommates on deployment. Let's see, the dreaded Phantom Chem Light bandit who was somehow on board every ship I served on. Getting stubbed while on the OutNav staff. The safety department ice machine. Cat feeding stakeouts with Lance. Yes, that is all true. Watching the sunrises at quarters M. But like many of you who've been in the business long enough, we never forget the loss of friends and shipmates who died too soon. And there's been a few. There's been a lot of others, and I'm not going to mention them because it's just too few, right? In closing, I've always had a passion to serve, and this kid who wanted to be a firefighter, then a soldier, then an Air Force pilot, somehow ended up in the Navy. And I've had a pretty fun time. I'd do it again tomorrow. In Team PAX, while the Naval Academy is where I started, and where I wanted to end the story, I chose to come here to be with you for the final curtain. I wanted to personally look across this group and just say thank you. Thank you for what you've done and what you will do beyond this day, this tour, and your careers. I stand in awe of your accomplishments, and I consider each and every one of you family. I hope our paths cross again. If there's anything you ever need, please reach out. They say you know it's time to retire when you know, and I think it's time. I'm ready for the next adventure, and I originally thought about ending the speech with the traditional Irish blessing, you know, the one about, may the road rise to meet you. But I figure you got the point by now, and you'll think about me each time you drive over a crosswalk at Pax River. In all seriousness, the Navy provided me with so many wonderful experiences, and I've had the opportunity of a lifetime. And I've been blessed to serve with the finest people you could ever imagine. It wasn't just a job, it was an adventure. Moreover, it was my honor. Thank you, God bless you. God bless our military, and God bless our country.
Rear Admiral LaCour will now present Captain Kingsley's family with certificates of appreciation. Certificate of Appreciation from the United States Navy. To all who see these presents, greetings. To Desmond B. Williams, Seth A. Brown, Isabel A. Kingsley, and Harrison R. Kingsley. By this authority vested in me, it is my pleasure to express the grateful appreciation of the United States Navy to you for enduring the frequent and long separation from your father Derek as he served his country. These months, indeed years that he spent away from you, constitute a clear and noble demonstration for his love for you and for his family. You see, he left in order to ensure that you inherited a safer world, a surer peace. To those who say a single man cannot make a difference, I say wrong. Your father did. He made our Navy stronger. He kept our nation safe. With his service to the Navy now complete, he will be able to spend more time with you in the future. The United States Navy thanks both you and your father for enduring these separations. Please remain standing for the presentation, the Certificate of Appreciation from the President of the United States. Certificate of Appreciation for the service in the Armed Forces of the United States of America, Captain Derek W. Kingsley, United States Navy. I extend my personal gratitude and sincere appreciation of a grateful nation to you for your patriotic service to our country. Your bravery and dedication in our armed forces helped protect your fellow Americans during a critical moment in our history and contributed to a world of greater security and growing prosperity. Your devotion to duty, honor, and country, in keeping with the long traditions of the finest military in the world, embodied the American ideal of selfless service. Our nation owes you an incredible debt. Your commitment and the example you set will inspire future generations to serve with pride and keep our country secure. You represent the best of our nation, and I join our fellow Americans in saluting you for your honorable service. I wish you happiness and success in your next chapter. Signed, the Commander-in-Chief. Round of applause. The flag being used in today's ceremony was also flown on board at NAF El Centro, NAS North Island, NAS Jacksonville, the United States Naval Academy, Bush Stadium, the Pentagon, and Naval Air Station Patuxent River. Air Traffic Controller Master Chief Nelson Hercules will now read Old Glory.
I am the flag of the United States of America, and my name is Old Glory. I fly atop the world's tallest buildings. I stand watch in America's halls of justice. I fly majestically over great institutions of learning. I stand guard with the greatest military power in the world. Look up and see me. I stand for peace, honor, truth, and justice. I stand for freedom. I am confident. I am arrogant. I am proud. When I'm flown with my fellow banners, my head is a little higher. My colors a little truer. I bow to no one. I am recognized all over the world. I am worshipped. I am saluted. I am respected. I am revered. I am loved, and I am feared. I fought in every battle of every war for more than 200 years. Gettysburg, Shiloh, Appomattox, San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, the Argonne Forest, Anzio, Rome, the beaches of Normandy, Guam, Okinawa, Toro, Korea, Vietnam, the Persian Gulf, Iraq, Afghanistan, in a score of places long forgotten by all except by those who were there with me. I was there. I led my sailors and Marines. I followed them. I watched over them. They loved me. I was on a small hill in Iwo Jima. I was dirty, battle-worn, and tired. But my sailors and Marines cheered me. I was proud. I was at Ground Zero in New York City on September 11th as cowardly fanatics attacked America. I was raised from the ashes of once proud buildings by brave firefighters, heroes who risked their lives to save others, showing all that America, although bloody, will never be beaten. Those who would destroy me cannot win, for I am a symbol of freedom, of one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled in the streets of my own country. And when it is by those whom I serve with in battle, it hurts. But I shall overcome, for I am strong. I have slipped the surely bonds of earth, and from my vantage point on the moon, I stand watch over uncharted new frontiers of space. I have been a silent witness to those all in America's finest hours. But my finest hour comes when I'm torn in stripes used as bandages for the wounded comrades on the field of battle. When I fly at half-mast to honor my soldiers, and when I lie in the trembling arms of a grieving mother at a grave site of her fallen son or daughter, I am proud. My name is Old Glory. Long may I wave, dear God, my God, long may I wave. Flag detail, right face. Hand salute. Ready, two. Flag detail, left face. Post.
Hospital Corpsman First Class Quentin Dodson will now read the watch.
Today, our Navy has returned most of the pomp and circumstance, the honors, traditions, and ceremonies to history. The modern world does not involve as many of these things from the past, but we still have to stop all engines, lay about smartly, and drop anchor to pay homage to one of our shipmates going ashore. To honor the years served, the guidance, the leadership, the friendship, and the expertise that this shipmate has freely given these for 27 years. For 27 years, this sailor has stood the watch. While some of us were in our bunks at night, this sailor stood the watch. While some of us were in school learning our trade, this shipmate stood the watch. And yes, even before some of us were born into this world, this shipmate stood the watch. In those years when the storm clouds of war were seen brewing on the horizon of history, this shipmate stood the watch. Many times, he would cast an eye ashore and see his family standing there, needing his guidance and help, needing that hand to hold during those hard times. But he still stood the watch. He stood the watch for 27 years. He stood the watch so that we, our families, our fellow countrymen could sleep soundly in safety each and every night, knowing that a sailor stood the watch. Today, we are here to say, shipmate, the watch stands relieved. Relieved by those you have led, guided, and trained. Captain Kingsley, we have the watch.
Guests, please rise for the benediction and the final piping ashore of Captain Kingsley and his family.
Let us pray. Gracious and merciful God, when we look over the airfield to the skies and the heavens, we are reminded of how sacred Naval Air Station, Patuxent River is to you. We are reminded of how privileged we are to be the instruments of your protection for our nation and as defenders of freedom around the world and at home. God, we thank you for the many accomplishments of Captain Kingsley. Let us look at him and his family with pride and satisfaction upon his 27 years and 10 months of faithful service in support of the freedom and defense of this great nation. We pray for them as they explore new opportunities and face new challenges. Bless Captain Kingsley in this new chapter of his life. Give him clarity on the path moving forward. Make your face shine down on him and his family, guiding them as they embark on a new beginning. We lift up a new commanding officer, Captain Burfield, and pray your blessing upon him. We pray you empower him to be a kind, understanding leader who makes wise decisions. Bestow your grace and mercy upon him as he leads this command. Give him and his team success in all their endeavors. Bless his wife, Katie, and his children, Audrey, Lindsay, Bernie, and Ben, as they join him in this little journey. Now, let us not forget our deployed brothers and sisters who may be in harm's way. Give them grace, peace, and rest, protecting them with your mighty hand as we provide support from this place. In your most holy name, I pray. Amen.
Bosun, stand by to pipe the side. Shipmate going ashore. Captain, United States Navy, retired, departing. Captain, United States Navy, retired and family, departed.